This is the first Call of Duty ever and how it got started. Call of Duty, a name that has become nearly synonymous with first-person shooters today. It's a multi-billion-dollar franchise with yearly releases, massive esports leagues, and millions of loyal fans. But every Titan has an origin story. Back in 2003, Call of Duty wasn't the cultural juggernaut it is now. It was just an ambitious war game from a small team of developers trying to do something new. In this video, we're taking it all the way back to the birth of the very first Call of Duty, exploring what it inspired, how it innovated, how gamers responded, how it compares to today's blockbuster titles. If you're a fan of the classic shooters, gaming history, or just curious how this empire began, stick around. This is the untold story of the Call of Duty. Let's rewind to the early 2000s. The top World War II shooter at the time was Medal of Honor, published by EA. It was cinematic, dramatic, but it focused heavily on the lone wolf soldier narrative. A group of 22 developers wanted to do something different. They left it to form a new studio, Infinity Ward, with a vision to make a war game that felt authentic, intense, and just one hero changing the course of history, but you as a part of a team in the chaos of real war. Partnering with Activision, they set out to build a game that showcased the war through the eyes of multiple Allied soldiers, American, British, and Soviet, each with their own storylines and missions. Their goal was immersive, not just playing the war, but living it. When Call of Duty launched in October 2003, it didn't just copy what came before, it redefined the formula. First off, Call of Duty emphasized team-based combat. AI squad mates fought beside you, shouted commands, and reacted to danger. You weren't alone, you were part of a living battlefield. The game introduced iron sight aiming, a mechanic that added realism and precision, replacing the simple crosshair shooting most games used at the time. It felt raw, it felt grounded. The game created cinematic moments, bridges exploding, tanks rolling through villages, soldiers storming trenches, all choreographed to make you feel like you were in a war. And let's not forget, artillery roared and every bullet whizzed past your ears. It made the chaos of war come alive like never before. Call of Duty was an instant hit. Critic praised it as a breakthrough in FPS design. Players loved the dynamic squad-based gameplay and emotional storytelling. It won over 80 Game of the Year awards and quickly became a fan favorite in LAN parties and early online matches. More importantly, it set a new standard for what war games could be. It proved that shooters did not have to be about overpowered lone soldiers. They could be about realism, teamwork, atmosphere. The game inspired a wave of World War II shooters, and more importantly, it paved the way for the franchise's explosive future. Without Call of Duty 2003, there would be no Modern Warfare, no Black Ops, no zombies, no Warzone. It was the foundation of a global gaming empire. Fast forward over 2 decades and Call of Duty looks completely different. Massive budgets, photorealistic graphics, battle royale modes. So how does the original stack up? Let's be honest, the original looks and feels primitive by today's standards. No sprinting, no perks, no loadouts, but it has something the newer games sometimes lack: focus. It was tight, well placed, and deeply atmospheric. Today's Call of Duty is about competitive play, movement, Warzone, and fast reflexes. The original was about immersion and storytelling. It was slower but more intense in a different way. It's easy to look back and laugh at the graphics or clunky movement, but for the time, this game was revolutionary, and many players still say it has some of the best campaign in the franchise. So that's the story of Call of Duty. The humble beginning of one of the biggest franchises in gaming history was started as a risky project from a team of just 22 developers, turned into a revolution in first-person shooters. Whether you played it back then or just discovering it now, the first Call of Duty deserves a spot in gaming history. It reminded us that war is chaotic, messy, and never fought alone. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment on what your favorite mission in any of the Call of Duties is. Thanks for watching. This is Shinizzy, and I'll see you on the next one.
Bridge clear! They're pulling back!
Captain, we salvaged the area. Apart from some medical supplies, all we found were a couple of rifles and several Panzerfausts, which are woefully inaccurate.
Thank God we still have that flak gun. We can use it to hold the bridge until our relief shows up.
In! Cover me! Follow me!
Regroup, men! Back to the bridge! Fall back to the bridge! Let's go! Get back to the machine gun and cover us! Tank, southwest! Across the canal! Sergeant Evans, take it out! Tank, southwest! Across the canal! Sergeant Evans, take it out! Evans, destroy that tank to the ground! Excellent work, lads. Bloody well done.